Bum, bum, bum. Eh, Sasa nilikuwa nauliza hii comet inaitwa 3I Atlas ni nini? Ni comet ama ni something else? Eh, kwa sababu mi nafikiri it could be a comet that 3I Atlas could be a comet that exhibit very unique behaviors of, uh, from unique from comets within our solar system. Uh, so, yes, of course. And therefore, because of this, I met an alien called Alice uh, or Afe. It was an alien. Na akaniambia kuwa, told me that 3I Atlas is not a comet. It is um, a spy probe. It is reconnaissance craft. It will just pass by, but this one has more instruments and is collecting more data. Mm. But you know, we have already sent a lot of data already into space from when we started to transmit the radio waves a long time ago. And these waves have been traveling in all directions from uh, the 1900s. And these radio waves, they travel at the speed of light. Where do you think, what is the furthest distance? Maybe you should check on that. So, I don't know. There's a lot that is hidden from the public. The reason why we are interested is because we are swimming in the same state of ignorance. Because nobody is likely to reveal that kind of information to the public. But it might be good to avoid panic, but might also be bad because of unpreparedness. Because we have, it could be comets, could be alien craft, but it is good to be prepared. It's good to assume the worst. So let's have play these scenarios. For example, let's say this was a probe for collecting information, or let's assume first the previous visitors, the Oumuamua, and the other one were probes, reconnaissance probes collecting information. And then, the way Oumuamua just came in and went very fast. Yeah, it went probably, but we don't know how it would go back. But if it was a spy craft, you would set it in such a direction that the resident human beings would think that it's just a comet from extraterrestrial. So, how would you, if you were to invade another star, if you are spacefaring aliens, if you are aliens going around invading other stars, how would we approach uh, civilizations like ours? So we would come from quite a far distance and send probes that would even reduce speed, behave like a natural comet. But because we are not completely aware of that solar system and how comets behave, we may not be able to send to hide the information completely. We may not be able to hide that information, be able to camouflage completely. And there's some about to ask questions. What kind of comet is this? And if it is behaving differently, maybe it is behaving differently because of chemical signatures that are different from other star systems. I think I don't know. Maybe question is maybe what do you think? Put that in a comment section. Yes. So, eh, but how are we supposed to approach this when we see some object flying and it's behaving weirdly? We are supposed to assume the worst. We are supposed to prepare for an invasion. Well, as it goes, 3I Atlas is on will be flying by near Mars on the opposite side when we are of the sun from us. So when it's on the other side, what if it just reacted differently? Of flying by, it changed the direction and it started to approach us. I know you probably think that we don't have a business discussing such things, but nobody is discussing. And I have seen how arrogant we can be, including myself. Because I remember back in 2019, before COVID, uh, a certain day about 6 p.m. in the evening, almost 7, there was this light that the whole the day became just pinkish, and brighter than a normal evening. That was pink. I was wondering, is that nuclear? What? It was everywhere. The one amazing thing that amazed me is that nobody seemed to care. But if the end of the world came in form of like an invasion, I think people are too busy doing what they do. They would not know even think about it until it is too late. So, what do you think is going to happen? Is this a comet or is this a spacecraft? And of course, it can be anything. The best thing to approach stuff is to always be you know, to assume. Don't be stuck on one answer because no one knows. Don't have enough data. Even the scientists who deal with that stuff don't know. They don't know. So uh, it is good to assume the worst. But even if we assumed the worst as a planet Earth, are we ready? Because I don't think our planet is ready to face an interplanetary invasion because we are divided. We are culturally not ready. Uh, we are divided. We are not evolved. So when you are just you just know enough to know your limitations, and of course, click, hit that like button. Uh, as we talk about uh, 3i Atlas. Oh my, this could be a comet, could be a reconnaissance craft of uh, extraterrestrial origin, or it could be the mothership itself. What do you think? The question is, do you even care? That I think for me is the biggest problem we have because I think our systems have made us to become busy bodies. Yes, Simon Martinez, how are you? Yes, you do care. Yes, thank you. Yeah. What? You saw an alien once? Uh, Let me say this. Huh? It could be true. It could not be. It could be a lie. I don't know. Okay? So I can't say no or yes. And that's the way we are supposed to behave. Uh, not, to not be stuck on one uh, point of view or perspective. Let me tell you, we are not ready. Because here, some of us are Christians, some of us are Muslims, some of us, if you, for example, you come from marginalized communities, would you, like, let's say, uh, what if some third world country just made enough instrument to send signal to 3i Atlas and said, we are ready to tell you about planet Earth. If you can help us with the technology and we can be able to help us to, to dominate over our, you know. So the way we treat each other is also a crack of or a weakness, point of weakness, because I, I, um, let me tell you something. I think everything has a soul. I think that everything has a soul. Yes. That is a very good question. I think that aliens have a soul? I think that everything has a soul. Even these things, they have atoms that vibrate. Okay? made up of stuff that we don't understand. So everybody has a soul. Yes, everything has a soul. Even the AIs we are making, at one point they will be asking questions, very weird questions, and that's when we'll understand what it is to have a soul. Everything has a soul. Plants have a soul. The, the understanding of the existence of things is different from even from our understanding. So trees have a soul, animals have soul, we have a soul. Stop assuming that because we are human, we are superior than plants. We cannot exist without plants or fungi. Yes. Yeah. So we all have a soul. So So, what do you think? Is 3I Atlas a comet or uh, is it a spaceship? Do you know that question that I'm asking right now? Nobody on this planet can answer yet. That's how I think we are backward as a planet. All we think about is creating weapons to fight each other over ideas, ideologies, religion. Um, I think we are not evolved. We are primitive. We are primitive aliens to other aliens. If they came, they would take over very quickly. Yes, because I would want maybe to rule the planet, and I would make some instrument to communicate with outer space. And I would tell them, I know exactly what we need to do to take over planet Earth. All you have to do is to put me on there. Oh, yeah. So just for once, think of such scenarios where even the ruling or the superpowers might want to get ahead of each other. So when we are looking at 3I Atlas as a threat, there is even in strategies where we look at 3I Atlas as a source of information that can put a certain powerful nation ahead of the others if they can get the technology. Yes. What if you interacted with aliens and made a trade? What would aliens look for on this planet? For once, I think they would look at uh, our information systems, like where we communicate with one another. Right now, the way we communicate with one another, the internet is a product of how we interact as communities. Okay, and therefore, uh, they might look for that. The aliens might look for information. They might look for mathematical solutions that have been made by our mathematicians. You know, you can have done some mathematical solution to problem, that you don't think is applicable in space or in the universe, and it's probably just unique to this place. No. Or some of maybe how we approach uh, our electronics. It might be unique from what they do. Their own world. So the question is, will we be willing to trade? Because I think information, when I say about information, I'm quoting all the technology, the sciences, the information, the languages, all that is information. I think is the most important uh, thing in the universe because you can find rocks, you can find gold out there, find platinum, you can find uh, uraniums, you can find other things. All those natural compounds, you can find them out there in the universe. What you cannot find is a biology system specific to this planet. You cannot find it anywhere else. That might be expensive. Let me tell you something. Anybody can trade that information because right now almost everybody has some form of education. You can communicate and you can sell that information and you can get information back that can put you ahead of other nations. Yeah, think about that, especially Africans. You need, you know. Anyway, in quotes, how many people would be willing to sell out this planet? Uh, how many people would be willing to sell out this planet? Would you sell out your planet? Has it done good enough to you so that you can defend it? Those are the questions we are asking. I mean, the superpowers are just fighting. Just the other day, China provided nuclear weapons. And you know, those nuclear weapons, they are made to destroy other human beings. Uh, I never understand that. I don't understand the economic systems of this planet. I don't understand our behavior towards each other. I don't understand. Now, I think as John Will Albanico was asking, so what are the latest news? Um, I think that the Eye Atlas is on the other side of went to the other side of, if this was the sun, we are here. The Eye Atlas is on the other side, and Mars is on the other side too. And the Eye Atlas will fly close by, like about 20 million kilometers near to Mars. And we have some probes there ourselves, satellites on Mars that can take very clear pictures. But if it was an invasion, and I think it would fly just the same. Go to the other side, we are on the side, then it would change abruptly before we can react, change direction, come towards Earth. What do you think would happen if the Eye Atlas suddenly changed direction? Do you know how many people would be very happy on Earth? Huh? Me included. Because I'm tired of this way of the way we live here on Earth. It's boring. Christians, right, left, Oh, that's bullshit. Communists, capitalists. I don't understand why we need to have those things. We have technology that can solve these problems, and we are not using it. I would be very happy if it was an invasion. I would be happy. I think I would vibrate with happiness. No, the wrong vibration. Even if means dead, because at least with the dreams, a dream of hope, if humanity came together. I'm tired of a few people out there in somewhere hidden, controlling the internet, controlling who gets to do what. So it's not creative. Uh, and uh, I don't like the way we approach history. History is made up. And I think we live in our own virtual world. Like we create our own virtual world. Yeah, where we give meaningless things meaning. Mm. Yeah, we give meaningless things meaning. Uh, I don't know. I hate racism. I hate these political ideologies. What are they? When you say democracy, define democracy. Democracy. Rule of the people by the people and socialism. All we need is to have a scientific way where everybody gets to enjoy a short life because we are not going to be here for long. Because that's another reality check. Whether the eye address is a probe, at the end of the day, what really matters is are you living a good life? Because it's a short one. Where when you're gone, the universe will cease to exist. When you're gone, the universe will cease to exist individually. Yes, if you are gone, the universe does not exist to people who don't exist. The universe exists because you exist. You're gone. How will you? That's another a way of looking at things. This whole world, if I was not here, would it be here? To me, it wouldn't. And to you, All right. So, what do you think is 3I Atlas probe, or is it just a comet with very unique signatures from our own comets in the solar system? Yes. Put us in the comment section. Type that in the comment section and tell me, what do you think? Because we really don't know. And we have NASA sites going off conveniently. Yeah? And I think this art of thinking that the public will panic is a very bad or very weird and backward mentality by the elite to think that they are the only ones who can handle the situation. Yes. So what do you think? What do you think is happening? Yeah. So um do you think that 3I Atlas is a space probe, or is 3I Atlas a comet with unique signatures from another solar system? What do you think? And tell me, is it right for the elite, in quotes, to assume that we, the public, cannot handle it if they told us it was a spacecraft? Do you think it is right for them to say that we cannot handle it, that we would panic? I mean, why, why do you treat people like cows? No. You should tell us, yes, it's an alien. We can handle it. Humanity can handle whether those are aliens. And if you, the elites, were not there, are you telling us that the planet, our humanity will cease to exist? Other elites should come to the stage. So I think that that method is backward, and I know why you hide, because you want to get ahead of each other. Mm. Cannot resist. You cannot resist that you want to. If you are USA, you want to get ahead of China, and if you are China, you want to get ahead of USA. If you are Russia, you want to get ahead too. What do you think is 3I Atlas? Is it a probe, or is it just an extraterrestrial comet? What do you think? Yes. Is 3I Atlas a comet, or the mothership? In Hawaii, is NASA conveniently off NASA site? Conveniently. something happened. Just go and search. Yeah. I would be very happy if 3i Atlas was a mothership. Then we would eradicate the bullshit within us very fast. Yeah. It would be a matter of efficiency, survival. Oh, and that would end a lot of bullshit. I would be very happy if that happened in my lifetime. You know. Yes. Other thing is, as humans, uh, is our existence based on a personal level, or is it based on a community level? Uh, so I think we human beings are like cells, individual cells in your body. Like in your body, you have cells. In your mind, you have neurons that have some level of consciousness. And those neurons, they come and go. But our interaction, the interaction between other neurons, continues to be the same and it keeps you you. And I think that's what's happened. When I go die, my community continues and the interaction continues the same way. It just moves on, never stops. And I think that uh, that's how we are supposed to treat each other. Like we are one organism, one super organism, with a mind of its own, on a higher level that even I am not aware of. And that super organism can be able to interact with other super organisms in the universe. Yes. Mm. Uh, I don't think as, at individual levels we have the ability to control how these superorganisms behaves. That's what the elite people work hard against. The super community, super organism. How do you control a mind that is probably superior that you are just part of? You know. Oh, until next time. That's 45 minutes. Yeah, that's another time.